Today's video is one I've been looking forward to making, and I find it to be a very informative and important one to a lot of Ninjago fans out there, as I've seen this a lot after the Comic-Con Ninjago news, and so today I'd like to clear the air on this and give my take on everything I'm about to mention. So basically, to provide a quick bit of context to today's video, San Diego Comic-Con at the Ninjago panel, when they were discussing briefly the 2023 Ninjago installment, they called it a quote-unquote new series, which instantly, the quote of new series got so many different people so concerned about this, and people jumped to the gun essentially and thought that a new series might mean, well, what a new series usually does mean, a complete kind of new show of sorts. And so a lot of people were extremely worried about this, extremely scared, and this spread across the community like absolute wildfire, and I can see why people would have been so scared of this. However, one thing to note is that it was literally mentioned at the LEGO panel at the time that this wasn't going to be a reboot. However, people ran with this and decided to say that, well, this is probably going to be something huge changing for Ninjago in the next year. So I want to bring up this important point of, basically, when this happened with Season 11 after Season 10, it was also called a new series. In case you guys didn't know, it's essentially a new show of sorts. That's what it's kind of labelled as officially. For example, because of the fact that the old series was Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu, but this new series, quote-unquote there, Season 11 up until now, is just a Ninjago, without the Masters of Spinjitzu title. So it's kind of seen as this new series, but to us, and to people that actually watch the show, obviously it's not at all. It's a complete continuation of the previous running show that happened, but just with a few small tweaks and changes here and there. And when aired officially over on different TV channels and such, it's usually labelled as a new show, especially by Netflix and stuff like that. It's usually just a new show, but obviously that's essentially irrelevant to all of us because, well, it's not a new show really at all, and anything from Season 11 up until now is technically just a soft reboot of sorts, which is essentially, I think, what this next new series, quote-unquote, as I keep saying, is going to be. I wouldn't really expect anything big to change, maybe a few new small tweaks and changes. I wouldn't expect the animation to change because WildBrain has been hiring a lot of new people to work on Ninjago for them, so I doubt much will be changing in terms of animation, but just other general stuff like that, I think we can expect something small to change here and there, just to kind of really make it feel like that new series that they have been mentioning here. But ultimately, this is nothing to really get concerned about, I wouldn't say, unless we get further news that essentially suggests that something big will be changing. I personally just look forward to this and look forward to the changes that should hopefully be coming in the next year. Again, just remember that this will be nothing huge and won't be a complete deal breaker to a lot of fans. It's going to be nothing big in the slightest. It's just going to be most likely a soft reboot of sorts to keep the show running fresh and so that we can all enjoy it for as long as possible, pretty much. So yes, although they did call it a new series, and although that probably was quite a bad choice of words for the exact reason that the community would get quite scared, this is probably just going to be a very minor thing and isn't something to get worried about, especially not at this point in time. And so with all this being said, what do you guys think? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Be sure to let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I would love to hear them. With this being said, if you did enjoy today's video, feel free to drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel for more just like this, and hit that notification bell so you guys can be the first to watch my new videos the second I do post them. With all this being said, I'll see you all in my next video coming soon. Goodbye.